All right, guys, so what we got here is a moment of truth. So let's do a little participation on this video, okay? I want everybody out there who commented in the last video that it was a blown head gasket to raise their right hand. I want everybody out there who commented in the last video that it was a broken ringland to raise their left hand. Now everybody's got their right hand up, slap yourself with it. All right. Welcome back to Bad Luck Garage, guys. So I kind of felt like in that last video where I started tearing the engine down, I kind of left you guys hanging. We did find at least one bent rod. Problem was it was really late at night or early in the morning, depending on how you wanted to look at it. I had stuff to do the next day, so, you know, I had to go to sleep. But anyway, I'm back out here. Oh, and I wanted to tell you the for sale video of the truck where I'm going over the truck and everything, that is currently uploading while I'm out here. It is midnight right now, so you guys probably won't see that video till tomorrow. Well, wait a second, you're probably not going to see this video for a day or two, so oh well. Anyway, guys, I come back out here, what, about 4 hours ago. I did not get it on film, but I've got more than one bent rod. Number 4 is the only rod that is like actually visibly bent to the point where as soon as I looked at it, I knew it was bent. But I think I've got a couple more rods that are bent because the pistons are not going all the way to the edge of the bore. So at this point, I have contacted the guy who in the video where we actually blew the engine up, you know, he had contacted me and said he had a whole set of LS2 pistons and rods. I contacted him. He is taking them out of the engine. We have not discussed a price yet. But like I told him, you know, I have found deals on eBay actually for brand new LS2/LQ9 pistons. It's the same piston, guys. It's, you know, 4-inch bore flat top. But they're brand new GM pistons. You can get a whole set of 8 for, I think it was $169.99, and that includes shipping. And then I found another seller that sells Gen 4 rods that have been not reconditioned, but they've been, you know, cleaned. They've checked all, you know, the sizing on the rod ends and everything, made sure that's all good. And those are $125 or $126.99 a set. For a set of 8. So, you know, I'm looking at $300 shipped for brand new pistons and, you know, cleaned up and spec'd out used rods. So, you know, I don't know if he's going to be able to beat that price, but you know, if he doesn't, if you're watching this, I completely understand if you can't beat that price. I mean, I know, you know, eBay, sometimes it's hard to beat. Especially, I'm sure you could probably sell those rods and pistons locally and, you know, and make more than that out of them. But the shipping is probably what's going to kill it. But anyway, guys, point is, I'm going to be replacing the rods and the pistons. You know, I've got multiple avenues to do that. But for now, you know, several people brought up something in the comment section of the last video, and it's completely true. I thought about it too. You know, the bent rods would explain the power loss, but it really doesn't explain the blow-by issue. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and finish pulling these rods and pistons out because, you know, obviously something else is wrong. So I'm wondering if we're going to find like a broken second ring on some pistons or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to get to it. You guys just chill out and listen to the music. may not be one of those big 1 million subscriber YouTube channels, but you know what? If I was, I would probably buy an engine bag to keep this covered for now, because you know we got a husky and he likes to come out here from time to time and scratch, and if anybody owns a husky, you know that they just blow hair constantly. But you know what those big YouTube channels won't have that I will have? An engine that smells lemon fresh when I pull these lemon scented garbage bags off. Check it out, guys. That ringland is destroyed. It's cracked right there. Now this is the bottom, the very bottom ringland. It's cracked right there, and it's cracked right there. So it's completely in 3 pieces because it's cracked again right there. And if I can move that ring, you can see that the second ringland, I don't know if the camera's, there it is. The second ringland also has a crack in it. So that was our blow-by, guys. That was the issue right there. What I want to do is, everybody who learned everything they know about LS engines on Facebook, just sit this one out. And everybody who has actually worked on or actually researched LS engines, I want to answer this question. Which ringland do you think it was? And another big, huge surprise, number 7. Nobody saw that one coming, huh? Guys, so this is the part where I'm going to give you my theories about what happened to this engine. And I actually believe that it was a 2-part process. And I also believe that the rods have been bent for a pretty good while, and it's just been running that way. Here's my theory. You guys go way back to a video I did, like long before I ever turboed this thing. I did a video and it was just like, I think it was like the 3rd video. Actually, it may not even be on the channel anymore because I went and deleted a lot of the old videos that only had like 20, 30 views or whatever. But I did a video and it was like, this truck won't stop fucking me over. And what ended up happening is I had about 3 gallons of water in the bottom of my gas tank. Still to this day, have no idea how it got there. I mean, with that much water, somebody had to have put it there. But I was trying to start this truck constantly with all that, and it was pumping pure water into the cylinders. So I'm almost thinking that maybe the rods have been bent for a while. You know, maybe not, but I know you can run an engine for a long time with just a slightly bent rod. You know, this engine NA never really performed to where I felt it should, and that might have been why. You know, I might have been losing compression because the piston, you know, I had several pistons that weren't coming up. But so the bent rods could have been a hydrolocked induced situation, you know, that happened months ago. And keep in mind that, you know, because we started the turbo build and it's just been problem after problem since then, I've not accumulated many miles on this truck since that happened. So it's perfectly feasible for me to believe that, you know, I already had the bent rods. But throwing that aside, the cracked ringland, a lot of you guys commented on the other video, what were your AFRs? What was your timing? You know, did you have a good tune? Guys, the day that I drove it, that, you know, it actually finally let go, I was data logging. I was standalone. I data log everywhere I go in this truck, or did. I mean, I didn't always take my laptop, and this was the case this time. That's why I couldn't immediately, you know, say what everything looked like. But I was data logging standalone with my MPVI Pro unit. And, you know, a couple days, well, not a couple days, the next day after the engine let go, I went back and checked my data logs, and everything was perfect, guys. My AFRs were perfect. I only had like 12 to 13 degrees of timing in it. I was at 80% throttle, 4,200 RPMs, not even up to a full 12 pounds of boost. It had just built up to around 9 pounds, I think. It was like 100 and, I want to say it's 155 or 160 kPa. I'll have to go look, but I know I wasn't even up to full boost. Like, I had literally just started to ease down the throttle when this happened. So everything was perfect, guys. And that's why I think that this actually occurred the time before when I was doing the tune for 12 PSI. For those of you who've been around a while, you know I've been having fuel system issues with my fuel tank. If I let it get below a half a tank, the fuel sloshes over the baffles at, you know, hard acceleration, and it's been known to cause a lean backfire. I mean, the pump starts sucking air, the AFRs spike up to, well, off the charts, because it's literally running completely out of fuel for a split second, and I get a huge, you know, backfire. If you go back and watch the 12 PSI video where I was tuning it in, I was driving around tuned it in on 12 PSI, right after I, you know, really started getting it dialed in, I went to get on it and I had one of those situations. And again, guys, like I said, this is in the video. You can go back and watch it. But, you know, the truck, right as it builds boost, it backfires real loud. I let out of it, and I made the comment in the video, you know, I was like, well, that's not good. And I might just roll a little clip in right here of it. That didn't feel good. We're gonna have to pull in the gas station and get some fuel or something, guys. All right, I think it's time we did something about this fuel tank, because I didn't like that at all. We're at 12 pounds of boost now and getting lean spikes because the pump's coming uncovered. I hope I didn't hurt something. It's idling really rough now after that backfire. Which, anyway, as you can see, you know, that was a huge lean spike where the fuel washed away from the pump, and that huge lean spike occurred at 12 PSI. Now, right after that, I made the comment in the video that the truck didn't seem to be running right. You know, it felt like it was running kind of rough after that. So I took the truck home after that, you know, turned around, drove it home, and I parked it. Well, a couple days later, I didn't drive it after that, guys. A couple days later, when John called me and wanted me to bring it down to the cruise in, somebody wanted to see it down there, me and the wife got in it, and I drove it around a little bit and warmed it up. You know, it felt like it had a little miss to it, but I was like, you know, I didn't plan on getting on it hard or anything, so I figured I'd just take it back there. So what I think happened was, I think when I had that huge lean spike from the fuel sloshing away from the pump in the previous video, I think it actually cracked that ringland, but it didn't completely, you know, completely break it away. But I think that impact cracked that ringland. And then what happened was I was still able to drive it, even though it was maybe getting a little bit of blow by. But the next time I drove it, I went out, because I literally drove it a mile before it popped that next time I drove it. Like, it was just enough to get it up to operating temp. And then I started to ease into it, and I felt, you know, the power go away, and I let out of it. So that's my theory, guys. I think, you know, I don't think anything that was going on with the tune or anything at the time that it popped caused it. I think it was a pre-existing condition from the time before when I drove it and had that huge lean backfire from the pump running out of fuel, and, you know, the ringland just let the rest of the way go the next time I drove it. That's my theory. You guys feel free to put your theories down in the comment section, but that's what I'm going with on this one. Make sure that your fuel system can handle acceleration. And, you know, I did a video. This is all my fault, guys, by the way, because, you know, I knew that I had this problem and my fuel gauge wasn't working, so I never knew when I was running low on fuel. Normally, when I drive the truck, I will go and just throw, like, you know, 10, 15 bucks in it just as a precaution. Well, I hadn't done that the last couple times I drove it. So obviously the tank got low enough that it was able to do that. But I did a video on the, you know, this problem with the Blazer tanks. And it's only a problem if you've got a truck that's making enough power to, you know, really throw that fuel back. I don't think there's anything wrong with the stock fuel injected Blazer tank. If, you know, you're talking about a cammed, just a cam only LS in a C10 or something like that. But when you get up to where, you know, you're using boost or nitrous or you know, making good power, you definitely need to check that out, guys, if you're using the Blazer tank, because the baffles in those tanks are just really short. And in short, don't let this happen to you too. Anyway, guys, I did check out the cylinder wall in number 7, and there was just like a very slight, like you couldn't even really catch it with your fingernail, but I could see a slight scratch going down. I'm guessing it was from, you know, that broken ringland, but I think we'll be fine. I'm probably going to hit all these, you know, with a dingle ball hone. That's what we call it down south here, but I'm probably going to hit all these with a hone. I'm waiting to hear back from, let's see, man, I forgot your screen name again. I apologize. I think it's Rude67 SS is his YouTube name, but you know, he commented on the video where this actually blew up. He commented that he had a set of LS2 pistons and rods. I'm waiting to hear back from him. If he feels like he can beat the eBay price, you know, without feeling like, I don't want anybody to feel like they're getting ripped off selling me something, okay? Like, in my opinion, when you buy or sell something, both people should walk away feeling like, you know, they got a good deal. So, if you're watching this, you know, I'm just letting you know right now, if you don't feel comfortable that, you know, you can beat the deal on eBay, don't sell me the stuff, man. I will order the stuff from eBay. It's fine. I'm good with it. I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to rip you off or vice versa. So anyway, I'm going to get in here, edit this video, because tomorrow I'm actually finally going to join the rest of my family on vacation. So I want to thank all you guys for watching. If you're a subscriber, thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're a new subscriber, I hope you're liking what you're seeing. If you haven't subscribed and you want to keep track of this engine build and the Nova that it's going to go in, please subscribe, hit the notification button, give me some thumbs up, get out in the garage, get something done, and I'll see you next time here on Bad Luck Garage.